Welcome back to Two Wheel Trends, your go-to source for deep dives into the latest and most talked about motorcycles in the market. Today, we're taking you on an immersive journey into one of the most exciting cruiser motorcycles Honda has ever released, to the 2025 Honda CMX 850 Rebel, a bike that promises to bridge the gap between power and accessibility, comfort and attitude, classic style and modern performance. Whether you're a seasoned rider or someone thinking of moving up from a smaller displacement cruiser, this one's going to grab your attention. Honda has taken a big swing with the 850 Rebel, and we're about to find out if it's a home run or just a near miss. First impressions matter, and Honda clearly understands that. The 2025 CMX 850 Rebel makes a statement the moment you lay eyes on it. The front of the bike is both rugged and minimalist, taking cues from its smaller siblings like the CMX 500 and CMX 1100. But with just the right tweaks to distinguish it as a fresh model in its own right. The round LED headlight, a signature feature of the Rebel line, sits front and center with a subtle, smoked lens and an elegant blacked-out housing that gives it a sharp, modern feel. Just above, the digital LCD instrumentation blends seamlessly into the handlebar layout, keeping things clean and simple while still offering all the essential ride.We gear position, fuel gauge, speed, and more at a glance. The front fork setup is beefy but not overwhelming, with 43mm telescopic forks giving the bike a solid, planted stance. These are finished in a matte black tone, further enhancing the aggressive cruiser aesthetic. The front fender hugs the 18-inch cast aluminum wheel perfectly, and it's painted in the same stealthy, deep-tone paint job as the rest of the bike, available in Honda's signature gunmetal black metallic, dark pearl red, and a new exclusive matte blue-gray that looks absolutely stunning in natural light. The front brake setup includes a single large 310mm disc with a radial-mounted, 4-piston caliper, offering excellent bite and feedback for confident stops. And yes, ABS is standard, adding an extra layer of safety, especially for newer riders. Moving to the side, the real visual personality of the Rebel 850 comes to life. This bike oozes attitude, but in a very approachable way. It doesn't scream for attention, it turns it. The fuel tank has that signature teardrop shape but with slightly more muscle than previous Rebel models. At 13.5 liters, it's just right for city cruising and moderate touring without compromising the minimalist lines. The tank logo has been refined for 2025, a brushed metal script that gives it a more premium touch without looking too busy or flashy. The engine is framed beautifully, acting as both the heart and a major visual element. It's a parallel twin, 850cc motor with liquid cooling and a blacked-out finish. The dual exhaust pipes are low-slung and angled ever so slightly upward, producing an aggressive profile and a satisfying bark when you twist the throttle. The frame is a tubular steel trellis, simple yet robust, and it blends seamlessly with the swing arm and subframe. The seat is low and wide, just 27.5 inches off the ground, which not only gives you that laid-back cruiser posture but also inspires confidence when stopping or maneuvering in tight spaces. Passenger accommodations have also improved in the 850 model. The pillion seat is more substantial than in the 500 version and comes with optional backrest and grab rail accessories. For those who ride two up often, this is a welcome change. The pegs are mid-mounted for the rider, which helps strike a great balance between cruiser slouch and active control, while the passenger pegs are positioned just right to avoid knee strain on longer rides. From the back, the Rebel 850 continues the stripped-down, custom look that defines the Rebel family. The LED taillight is neatly integrated into the rear fender, and the turn signals sit cleanly on either side. No dangling wires, no clunky brackets. It's all very tidy. The rear tire is a fat 160/60 on a 16-inch wheel, giving the bike a muscular rear profile. The chain drive is exposed but cleanly routed, and the rear suspension features dual piggyback shocks with preload adjustability. Both functional and stylish, they add to the bike's overall tough, utilitarian look. One of the most important aspects of any motorcycle is what lies under the tank. And in the 2025 Rebel 850, Honda has developed an all-new 850cc parallel twin engine that sits nicely between the Rebel 500 and the 1100. This engine uses a 270-degree crankshaft, similar to what we've seen in the Africa Twin and Rebel 1100, giving it that signature V-twin-like pulse and character while maintaining the inherent balance and smoothness of a twin-cylinder layout. It's a refined yet visceral experience. You get the to work down low where you want it for cruising and urban riding, but it doesn't give up when you hit the highway and need to overtake or climb hills. Honda rates the motor at around 76 horsepower and 72 Nm of torque, which puts it in a sweet spot for intermediate riders looking for more grunt without jumping into the heavyweight cruiser category. Throttle response is linear and intuitive, thanks in part to the ride-by-wire system that allows for smooth input modulation. There are also selectable ride modes for the first time in a mid-level Rebel, Standard, Sport, and Rain modes tweak throttle response, traction control, and engine braking to suit different riding conditions and rider preferences. Sport mode gives the engine a sharp, aggressive character, while Rain softens everything for those tricky commutes or slick roads. The 6-speed gearbox is smooth and precise, with a light slipper clutch that reduces fatigue in stop-and-go traffic. Gear ratios are well spaced, with first through third providing solid acceleration and fourth through sixth giving you relaxed cruising at highway speeds. Cruising at 110 km per hour, the engine sits at a comfortable 4,000 RPM, with plenty of punch left for overtakes without needing to downshift aggressively. Fuel economy, as claimed by Honda, is around 22 to 24 km/L, which is respectable for an 850cc engine and means you can comfortably get more than 250 km on a full tank, depending on your riding style. Handling on the 2025 Rebel 850 is where things get even more interesting. This isn't just a point-and-squirt cruiser, it's agile, intuitive, and surprisingly nimble in corners. The bike has a curb weight of just under 210 kilograms, which, combined with the low center of gravity and well-tuned suspension, makes it a joy to ride through winding roads and city traffic alike. The steering is light, and the bike responds well to gentle counter-steering inputs, giving it a much more engaging feel than your typical cruiser. Braking performance is solid and confidence-inspiring. The front and rear disc setup, combined with ABS, offer ample stopping power without drama. In sport mode, engine braking adds a bit more bite as you roll off the throttle, which can be particularly helpful on twisty roads. For those who like customizing their ride, Honda has made sure the Rebel 850 is compatible with a full suite of accessories: saddlebags, windshields, crash bars, lighting kits, and more. You can take it from bare-bones urban cruiser to weekend touring machine with just a few bolt-ons. When it comes to rider comfort, Honda has done its homework. The ergonomics on the Rebel 850 are relaxed but not lazy. You're not stretched out like a traditional cruiser, but you're not perched forward either. The bars fall naturally into your hands, and the mid-mounted pegs give you more control without sacrificing comfort. The seat, while minimalist in appearance, uses new foam density and contours for better long-distance support. Vibrations are minimal, and the ride remains composed even over uneven city streets or rural roads. Pricing is always a big factor, and Honda has priced the Rebel 850 to be competitive yet premium. In the US, you can expect it to start around $9,299, positioning it neatly between the Rebel 500 and the 1100. That puts it in direct competition with bikes like the Yamaha Bolt, the Kawasaki Vulcan S, and even Harley-Davidson's Nightster 975, depending on how you spec it. For that price, you get standard ABS, selectable ride modes, LED lighting all around, and Honda's signature reliability and build quality. Optional accessories and premium color options will, of course, push that number higher, but even at a few grand more, you're still getting excellent value for what this bike offers. So who is the Rebel 850 really for? It's a bike for riders who want more than a beginner cruiser but aren't ready or don't want it to go full heavyweight. It's for those who want a classic cruiser look without the compromises in handling, braking, and tech. It's for city dwellers who want to commute during the week and escape on the weekends. It's for customizers, tourers, new riders with ambition, and experienced riders looking to downsize without downgrading. The Rebel 850 is a rare machinea. It doesn't just fit into a category, it creates a new niche of its own. After spending time with the 2025 Honda CMX 850 Rebel, it's clear that Honda has nailed the formula. They've taken the approachable character of the Rebel 500, added the muscle and features of the 1100, and created a machine that is equally at home in the city, on the back roads, or even on longer hauls. It's smooth when you want it to be, punchy when you need it to be, and always stylish without being over the top. If you're looking for a mid-sized cruiser that doesn't compromise on power, comfort, or technology, the Rebel 850 might just be your next bike. It's not just a step up, it's a whole new stride in the Rebel lineup. That wraps up our full review of the 2025 Honda CMX 850 Rebel. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Would you ride one? How does it stack up against the other mid-size cruisers in your book? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our deep dive reviews here on Two Wheel Trends. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and ride safe.